Alright, my video today is on the golden ratio, and this is a resource file with documents and internet websites that will help students discover the golden ratio. Now, this is kind of an abstract concept that would be taught in an honors geometry class, and it can really be taught to any high school students. Now, I will start with a graphic organizer that I designed so that students know exactly what the main topics are that I want them to explore and understand. So they could use this right here while they're going through the resources. So now we'll go back to the text-based resources. There's 5 resources here, and they kind of form a progression of the knowledge that I want the students to cover. So the first one here starts with a basic look into the golden ratio. This article is from Mathematics Teaching in the Middle School. It's a book made for teachers, and students in my class can read this article and just touch upon the basic aspects of the golden ratio. There's also some activity sheets for them to do. Right here. I mean, it's from a middle school teacher's book, but I think that this article will really help the kids get a good foundation on what the golden ratio is. So then I go into from the golden ratio to the golden rectangle, and then from there the golden spiral. And then finally there's something called a spiral story, which will go even deeper into the golden rectangle in the Fibonacci series. And then we have a book that discovers the sacred geometry secrets. So these are some interesting reads for the kids. And again, it's a lot of material, but I think they can handle it, and they have this graphic organizer right here to use. So next we can go to the web-based resources. There's a couple cool online games for the kids to play, and this will help them go deeper into the golden ratio. And actually the golden ratio is a phenomenon that can be found everywhere in nature, art, music, on our faces, on our bodies, everywhere. So we'll look at some of the web-based resources that I have. This one right here is an activity for the students where they can eventually find the golden ratio and the golden rectangle in everyday objects. So I would have them measure the length and width of an index card, photograph, picture frame, textbook, door frame, computer screen, TV screen, and they can do this on any objects, not just the ones listed here. And they will find that the golden ratio exists within these everyday objects. Another one right here talks about the perfect face. So there is an idea that people who have a beautiful face have the golden ratio all over their face. So students can read this, and then they can test and see if they can find the golden ratio in their face. Very, very cool and kind of creepy. Next, we have GeoGebra. So GeoGebra is something that students can download from the internet. It's free, and they can use this to create a golden rectangle and a golden spiral. I have one right here. I created a golden rectangle. So I created a rectangle right here, and I have ensured that this rectangle is a golden rectangle by creating this right here, which always produces the ratio of side AB over side BD. So as you can see right here, if I hit the select tool and I move point B, I can move it, and as I'm moving it, all these numbers are changing, but specifically this one is changing right here where it says golden. And students could expand this rectangle as far as they want, and then they could come over here and move this point. So they're changing the different side lengths, and then they can figure out that the golden rectangle could be any size, just as long as this golden ratio right here is around 1.6. So I'm moving it to try to get it there. And it'll be about right here. So that's a golden rectangle. So students could use this to create their own golden rectangle. They could even go deeper and create a golden spiral. Very cool. And now if you go to my unique selections, this is a video that explores the golden ratio in the human body. This is one that explores the golden ratio phi, that's what it's called in music. And down here, this is very cool. It's an iPhone app that tells you if the golden ratio can be found in your face, and it rates you on a 1 through 10 based on how much of the golden ratio is found in your face. I would suggest that anybody watches this. It is very, very cool. This is an article that explains how this app is made. And then I just have some pictures of a golden rectangle over a shell, a spiral shell. This is the golden arm, so the ratio of the larger portion of the arm over the hand is 1.618. And this is just a funny picture for anybody who was unable to concentrate on anything else that I said. This is just a funny picture that hopefully will attract someone's attention. And that is about it. And as I said, a big portion of this and meeting my objective would be this graphic organizer, so students can go along with these resources and realize that these are the main points that I want them to understand, and they could write their own definitions or how it relates to their life or their perception of the golden ratio.